Okay, so we got our main connection tied in here, and you can see our line. We just got it PEX crimped down there, and we don't have the filler put in yet or the breather hole, but we got our main line running over and runs up the main, that from over there, it comes up and into the bus. Now this is coming from the tank, so we got this coming in from the tank, and this is going to go up into here, and I'll show you what we're going to do with this. So this is the one coming from the main connection over here, and this is the one coming up from the tank. I'll show you what we're going to do with those. All right, so here's our setup. We hooked it all in, and so we have our inlet. This comes in from our tank. So this pump here will pressurize all of the lines inside the bus. It's kind of what this is, and it is self-priming, so it does say that it can pull the water up out of the tank. I forget how many feet up and how far, but it's pretty far. When I read that, I just realized I probably don't even need to think about that because it can do it so far. So it will pressurize this line, so the water comes in through here, and it will pressurize all of these lines. And then of course this is the main on and off to the bus, so the rest of the lines to like the shower and the sink and stuff will come out and down and around to the bus. So for all of that lines. So right now it's just off, it's not pressurized, so it'll pressurize this. This is the bladder, basically a little itty bitty mini pressure tank that just receives the pressure and can hold the pressure. And so this little pump doesn't try to like bzz, 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 come on and off for little pressure drops, or if you just turn the water on and off real quick. So it helps just kind of offload that. So this holds the pressure in the lines a little bit, so it doesn't have to come on and off. Now it pressurizes this line and this line, but you'll notice we have something here. So this is a back check valve, and we got another one right here. So you can see where is it at here? Has the arrow on it going one way. So we have it installed this way, so only the water can go this way through this pipe, and it can't go this way. So the reason we have that in there is because this goes out to our connection out there. And so if we wouldn't put this back check valve in, then when we would turn this system on, it would pressurize these lines and it would just shoot out the valve that's out there. So we need to put a back check on there so the water only comes in. So that will allow us to connect to like a city connection where we already have pressure, and run pressure through this and pressurize these lines. It will also pressurize this bladder. I thought about putting another back check valve here. We might in the future, but right now it's just going to make use of that bladder. And then this has a back check built into it. It won't let water back into it, so that keeps water from going back into our tank and pressurizing our tank, because our tank isn't going to be made to be pressurized. We can fill it, but once it's full, it's designed to just overflow. So they have a little breather hole in them, and then it will just expel out of that breather hole if it's overflowing. So you don't want the water going back into the tank. And this, I tested it already, it won't let the water back through it. So that's our setup. That's the basics of our plumbing setup. From here we just run over, we pipe over to the shower, we pipe over to the sink, which will be over there. So and then I think we'll have like a washer or something here, so we'll have to pipe over to that too. But that's the brains of it all right there. All right, so our bus, our plumbing, we did put our rock catcher on there. I forgot to put that in. We tied in our main line that comes into the bus for the rest of the plumbing, and then we do have a spigot that comes out, you can see there, and our main on and off valve right here. And so the plumbing line comes over. We'll probably tee into this right here for a washer dryer. We got it, comes up, tees in and continues over to our sink, and just we got the main off shut off valve there that'll go into the hot water heater. This one we're thinking about just trying to go into the hot water heater and then out of the hot water heater with a temperature setting that we can change, so we're not trying to waste energy mixing hot or cold water. So we'll leave that off, and then this is run over. We just got an off main shut off valve on that right now, so technically we could fill the tank and fire up these lines and make sure we don't got any leaks before we proceed really any further. In the future, what we'll probably end up doing is teeing down if we ever install a toilet over here that flushes, or wherever the toilet's going to be, so we can run a toilet that flushes. But that can be done at a later point because we can get access to it and run it through and over. So that's where we're at.